Good morning. I'm Pat Wattam with the Pat Wattam team at Remix First, coming from you this Saturday morning from my backyard. You can hear the lawns mowing behind me and the birds chirping. What a great place to have my office for a few days. So anyway, I wanted to share with you what's really going on with the real estate market and with the coronavirus. I listened to a podcast yesterday where they were interviewing Loren Scott, our local economist, who has always been a great source of information on what's going to happen with our economy. So I was really anxious to hear what he had to say. So I took a lot of good notes. But before that, I want to say I hope everybody is paying attention to staying home, sanitizing, whatever you touch, wherever you go, just, I'm obsessive about it, driving some people crazy, but just be very, very safe. Whether you believe this is a serious issue or not, just let's all treat it like it is really serious. Some things, the precautions we're taking as realtors, because people are still looking at houses, people still have to move, but we have precautions we've asked every seller to take, and if anybody's uncomfortable doing it, we're not showing their house. That's just how it's going to be. So there's protocol in place that the showing agents have to do, forms that buyers have to fill out, health forms before they can see the houses, and then protocol that the sellers are taking. We're doing a lot of virtual tours of the houses from our 360-degree views for our larger houses, walkthroughs on our smaller houses. Then we have great photographs. So, my encouragement to everyone is before you go look at houses, go online and look at them in person. Make sure that house is the house that you really need to see, as opposed to, I want to see every house in the neighborhood. You can see those all online and then pick out the ones that match your needs the best. That's my 2 cents on real estate and what we're doing. And most of us, again, are working from home because most of the stuff we can do is remote. A lot of phone calls. Right now we're watching a lot of statistics to see what's happening. So I haven't run this week's numbers, which I'm very curious to see later on today. I'm just looking to see the past 2 weeks how the pendings were faring and the areas I worked the most. And they were only down about 10 houses. Went from, I think, 69 pendings to 59 pendings from Wednesday to Saturday a week ago. And then, 2 weeks ago, and then Wednesday to Saturday last week. So today I'll be looking for those numbers again. But meantime, back to what Loren Scott had to say, because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know when this is going to be over. I mean, nobody knows. But we have some pretty good ideas, and there's some national economists that say this could last till the end of June, could last till the end of August. Somebody else said it could last to the end of the year. I think they're talking about the economy getting back to some kind of normalcy, perhaps. But one of the nice things to know is that real estate typically leads the way in a recovery. So the real estate market should come back very strong like it typically does. Some interesting facts, and I have to read these because, can't remember everything I heard yesterday. But before 2020, the country as a whole had experienced 129 months of straight growth. That's huge. And then the 2 disruptors that came in, of course, were the gas and oil prices that went down so low, and of course the virus. Baton Rouge area is not so impacted by the gas prices as Lafayette and Houma will be. So that's a little bit of, saving grace for us this year. We're very much government-based here in Baton Rouge. And there are 2 reasons people buy or don't buy homes is loss of income or loss of net worth. So that's how that's where the stock market factors in, and people who are not working now, that affects what we're going to be doing in the future. So once people get back to work, they'll be buying again. For Baton Rouge, though, because you look at the rest of the country, it's not always us. It's the rest of the country. We're not always in the same sync with them, I should say. So in 2019, the first half of the year was really great in Baton Rouge. The second half of the year, we lost some jobs, and our market was, again, the economy was pretty much way off. And the home sales were flat in 2019. Our market never appreciates that much to start with, so a flat market to me is like pretty okay. If it can grow 1% to 2%, 3%, I'm really, really happy as far as that's concerned. But this year started off with it was really gangbusters. We all felt it. And this year, everything was going up. They said 8.2% sales over last year. So we were in a really great position. And of course, uncertainty scares people and makes people want to stop doing everything. And I think that's the one thing we want to say is we band together, neighbors helping neighbors. I've never seen more people out walking and riding bikes, keeping their distance. We're waving, talking, chatting. It's been very nice. It's interesting to see the families kind of gathering together again. as I said, housing will lead the way across the country out of this mess, and the underlying conditions of our economy are strong. So once the ban gets lifted, once it's safe to go about our business again, I think our economy will rebound very quickly. It's just getting to that point. And to get there fast requires everyone to really, really stay put. Sanitize and try not to be around other people or keep your distance. I know a friend of mine said in the grocery line, people keep crowding behind her instead of keeping their 6 or 8 feet distance. And she had to tell them, back off, got to get out of my way. So it's just really important that, I think people, the longer we're cooped up, the more our tempers tend to flare a little bit. So I think it's just really important to try to think about everybody else around you and how to keep them safe, and that will keep you safe. Again, my grocery delivery worked really good last week. I plan to do more groceries again. Hopefully I have enough for the next 2 weeks. I'll do it again. I really like that kind of shopping. I think some things are going to change once this is passed. Number one, I think we're going to start seeing more of each other. I am doing more Zoom visits with my friends across the country. We get on the phone, talk once in a while, I'll see each other on Facebook, but actually look at each other and chit chat, that has been the most fun. I think we're going to be doing a lot more of the home shopper coming, bringing things to you or picking things up and saving time. I think social distancing will stay in put for a while, even whenever the ban is lifted. I think people are going to be a little bit leery of being close to people they don't know where you've been, what you've been doing. So again, so back to our basic hygiene. Like I said, washing hands is the most important, multiple times a day. I kind of drive Roger crazy because, you get in the car, got to sanitize before you get in the car. Okay, go someplace, get out of the car, got to sanitize again. You come in the house, you got to sanitize again. He said, I just sanitize. I know, but you might have touched something between the car and the house. So, and look at me, I keep touching my face, so because I'm outside. So anyway, those are just some tips for you and some information. I think that we will recover strongly. It will happen whenever we can get back to having everybody back to work. So meantime, I'll stay tuned for more posts. I'll try to keep you abreast of what I learn. And if you learn anything you want to share, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to get the word out. Pat@patwattam.com as always. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors today.